Incidents inside Syrian territory have mainly involved the crashing of debris following interception of Iranian missiles and drones in Syrian airspace, causing civilian casualties, and one incident of shelling from Lebanon attributed to Hezbollah. In addition, Israeli helicopter and drone operations in Syrian airspace have increased, and Israeli forces continue to carry out incursions into Syrian territory. Israeli airstrikes on Lebanon have claimed both Lebanese and Syrian lives and resulted in approximately 140,000 persons, mostly Syrians, crossing into Syria seeking safety. I reiterate our call in this context on Israel to fully respect Syria's sovereignty and territorial integrity, adhere to the terms of the 1974 Disengagement on Forces Agreement, and refrain from any actions that could undermine Syria's stability and political transition. Syria's steady but fragile recovery, political, institutional, and economic, could be undermined by the impact of a prolonged regional conflict. Let us redouble efforts to support Syria in shielding itself from this conflict, and let us refocus on helping Syria continue and even accelerate its path towards recovery, reconstruction, and stability. The success of Syria's transition will depend on the ability of Syrians themselves to shape a future grounded in sovereignty, accountability, and inclusion.
This escalation adds new strain at a fragile moment. One, Syria is already experiencing the effects of the military escalation in the region. Falling debris from aerial projectiles have killed or injured several people and damaged property. Over 140,000 people have fled from Lebanon to Syria, most of them Syrian nationals. The escalation precipitated some planned returns for about 30% of those now arriving in Syria. They are joining the 1.5 million refugees who have returned from neighboring countries since December 2024. Some have indicated plans to return to Lebanon when the situation stabilizes. Mr. President, despite airspace restrictions, the closure of Damascus airport and heightened security risks, our operations continue. In northern and eastern Syria, the situation has stabilized in recent weeks, but significant needs remain. Many of those displaced during January have returned home, but over 100,000 people remain displaced in Aleppo and Al-Hasakah governorates. Services are gradually coming back online, but irregular electricity supply continues to disrupt water stations, hospitals, and water systems, affecting hundreds of thousands of people.
And the delisting of HTS last month have unlocked opportunities for
على الرغم من الجهود المضنية التي تبذلها الحكومة السورية لبسط الأمن والاستقرار بعيداً عن الاستقطابات والمحاور، تواصل إسرائيل انتهاكاتها الجسيمة في الجنوب السوري من خلال التوغلات المتكررة في ريفي القنيطرة ودرعا ونصب الحواجز وقصف بعض المناطق والاعتداء على المواطنين عبر المداهمات وحالات الاختطاف التي طالت حتى الأطفال أثناء رعيهم للغنم.
not only to survive, but to actually thrive. Syria has also rejected Tehran's malign influence and expelled remnants of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Remarkably, a country that only 2 years ago was a cornerstone of Iran's so-called axis of resistance, has now condemned Iran's dangerous and cowardly assault on other Arab countries. Indeed, Syria is now the target of attacks by Iran's terrorist proxy, Hezbollah. The United States condemns those attacks and welcomes the cooperation between Syria and Lebanon to secure their shared border, as many of you have referred to. Syria and Israel are also taking steps to stabilize their relations and move toward peace, an effort the United States is supporting through a joint fusion mechanism involving our three countries. Well over 2 million refugees and internally displaced have now returned home, where they can contribute to the rebuilding of their country. As the holy month of Ramadan comes to a close and families prepare to celebrate Eid, for the first time in years, they will be celebrating with loved ones inside Syria.